Hello everyone, I've been relocated from my practicing room into my daughter's room, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to use the time to talk to you about the art of fingerings and bowings actually, but especially fingerings and how this process takes place in my world. Now a lot of people come to me and ask for my fingerings on the Mozart or Bach or Brahms, or come with a already pre-assigned fingerings either from the notes they have or downloaded or from the previous teacher. But I think the act of finding what's good for you, what's important for you, is really important in the process of learning a piece. And I will get to this through the rules. So rule number one is never trust what's on the page when it comes to fingerings and bowings. And I'll explain. 99 and I'll say 0.9% of the composers do not give you fingerings, and their bowings is something else. It's more like kind of like of depending on the level of their skill, but definitely fingerings are, it's almost never there. An exception could be Isai, who was a violinist, or Kreutzer and Rode, who were violinists. But basically everyone else, from Bach, Mozart, Mendelssohn, they didn't care which fingering you put in the string. So when you're getting set of fingerings, even if you get those set of fingerings from me, these fingerings fit the person who wrote them. And this is like me opening my closet and saying, look, try my clothes, and some of them will fit and some of them will not fit, and some of them will fit but you will not like them. So by saying just copy my fingerings or copy anyone's fingerings, you are taking out of the process of finding the color and what is important for you. So first of all, let's just get rid of all the fingerings on the page. At least not, if not just taking them all out, at least ignoring them and trying to figure out what is good for you, because that's really what is the process. Do not trust what's on the page, even if later on you come back to what's on the page and go like, oh, I get it now, that's what that person wanted, and that's good for me. But by first of all trying to figure out everything by yourself, regardless what's on the page, I think that's super important. Number two, it's always color versus safety / acoustics. So when you are choosing your fingering, sometimes it's actually very easy to just put fingerings for safety and just say, okay, as long as I hit the note it's fine. But our art sometimes demands that we take leaps of faith. Sometimes you want to go up a string, sometimes we want to do something that is more flamboyant. It can be a choice which you make yourself, well, it's easier to do something, it's safer to do something, but it sounds better when I do it another way. And that's your choice to make, as long as you realize it's a choice. And safety is important, but it's not the most important thing. It's important in some cases. It's sometimes wise to do this, like if it's a really big jump and you can set it up in a different way. But basically go with your ear. What sounds better? And when it comes to acoustics, yeah, sometimes it's great to go up the D string and to play very nice, but if you're playing a huge concerto, that will not sound. So you need to figure out also acoustically, what piece are you playing? Are you solo piece? Is it a solo piece? Is it a chamber music piece? Is it a concerto with a big orchestra? And figure out your violin and how that violin responds to the set of fingerings. So rule number three, whatever fingering you're using or you choose, you must try it on the time that it's supposed to be played. Which means if this is the beginning of usually we figure out the fingerings quite in the beginning, and you're playing, maybe not up to the speed that you're supposed to be playing because you're anxious or you haven't got all the notes yet. Well, stop and learn that little piece of the piece in time, and try the fingerings that you want in time. Because if you play slow, if I can play the Paganini concerto with one finger, if I play it slow enough. So if you want to know if the fingering is working, if the action is actually working with the speed, you need to try it in speed. So if you have an idea for a fingering, that's great. You try it several times slow, you're figuring out the directions and how things are going, and then you just go. You go and you try it, and you see if that is working, if it's safe enough, if it sounds the way you wanted. And then, rule number 4, you do not leave it there. You go back, try it from before. You go back either half a page, and you just go through and see if this is working for you. Because sometimes like pinpointing a fingering, and it's if you do it long enough, slow enough, fast enough, you get it. And then, but if you come from a very different section, maybe it's not going to work because you got tired, because you haven't set up enough. Maybe you should set up better, and then that set of fingerings that you really want will influence the previous set of fingerings. So trying from before is always good, whatever choice you make, whatever change you make, however you practice. But definitely when you're trying a new fingering, when you're trying different things, absolutely try it from on time and try it from before. Rule number 5, always try to replace the 4th finger vibrato with the 3rd finger vibrato when you are on high positions. Just try it. Sometimes you say, no, it's better for me to keep 4th finger vibrato, it's for safety, for whatever, it's just okay. But a lot of the time, just the fact that you are using 4th finger vibrato and you manage to get it, it does not reach enough. And with the 3rd finger, you've got much more flesh space, and usually the vibrato will be much richer and will sound better. Is it do I do it always? No, it depends on what is the situation, what I'm supposed to play before and after. But I try it regardless. I try even if I go, 4th finger is going to be fine, but let's try it with 3rd finger and see what I need to do in order to do it. So it just keep the option free to sound better, because in the end you just need to sound better. Now, and the last rule, guideline is to try it on a different string. When you're trying out fingerings and you need to go up the A string, okay, that's great. I need to go up the A string, fine. Even if the composer says so, okay, try it on the E string, try it on the 1st position, and then go up again and try it out. Sometimes it's worth doing some changes because it sounds better, and sometimes you go like, no, that's fine, and every time you need to stay on the same position, try going up the string, try the other way around. Why? Because it's all about color and trying to find what you want to say in a piece that's been written sometimes 100 years ago, and hundreds of thousands of people have been playing this and performing this, and at least 100 recordings have been done on this. So I'm not saying that everything needs to be new, or even one thing needs to be new. You need to find your freedom to express yourself the way you want on that piece. And the way to do it is to use colors. And the way to use colors is to use your set of fingerings. So I hope this helps you, and I would love to hear your comments. And this is the time to say subscribe. But if you're already 9 minutes and you're still listening to me, then most likely you're subscribed. Peace.